Hey family, so welcome to the next stage in our ultimate campaign for Season 1 of Marvel United. So we have Ultron being shaken down, as it were, by our heroes, the newly unlocked heroes, the Wasp and Ant-Man. So again, both of these do, in fact all of these come in the core box. For those who are interested in the game, and you'll get to see a bit more of a variety that you get with the core box. So we'd already seen Iron Man, I think it was Iron Man and Captain America, no, Iron Man and Hawkeye, and Iron Man comes into core box, faces down the Red Skull in one of our previous videos. This time it will be Ant-Man and the Wasp versus Ultron. So Ultron's aim is multiplication. So if you think back to the movie and the Age of Ultron, cloning himself and mass producing multiple clones and instances of himself, which is what we have represented here on the board. So whenever Ultron bams, his clones kick into play and they also bam. So add a villain to this location. Heroes in this location may prevent this effect by taking a damage. In addition to the clones, we also have the Ultron virus as he's spreading out across the internet. So the Ultron virus heroes starting their turn at this location must ignore one action symbol of their choice. So of the card that they put down on the previous card, one action symbol, they won't be able to act when they are in those two locations. And finally, these two locations, duplication, add a thug in this location. So again, the thugs are representative of the Ultron clones as well. And we see this here, that when he bams, he adds 3 thugs to wherever he is and deal 1 damage to each hero there. In the event of overflow, if a civilian or a thug can't be added to a location, and add that token to the next location clockwise. And his villainous plot is of course to proliferate New York City. So when all locations are fully occupied by either civilians or thugs, the heroes lose the game, in addition to the normal lose conditions that we run out of cards or that Ultron runs out of cards. So that's the task in hand, playing two-handed. So we've got the life count of 4 for Ultron, same as his clones. One quick thing to mention, just as a shout out to a follower on the channel, whenever I turn over a card and it says I have to give a token to another hero, with it being effectively solo play, I'll be putting them into a pool for use from either hero moving forward. So that would be a house rule. So just to mention that that's not as standard necessarily on the cards, but that's how we'll be playing it in this scenario. So see where he starts. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So Ultron will be starting over in Stark Labs, which means 3 across opposite. We will start in Shield headquarters. So we'll draw up to 3 cards for our heroes, and of course the villain will start the game. So let's have a look. Ultron, first thing out the gate, he will move 3 and land where we are, and bam, so straight off he's going to deal 1 point. So let's do the so he'll add 3 so 3 thugs to his location, one of which cannot be added, so token clockwise instead, so that thug will overflow to there. No other effects, but we will each take 1 point of damage, as this is a single token and that is a single token, the wild being the stronger of the 2. They're the cards that we'll put aside. Okay, so Ultron has acted. And we're now going to follow suit. So again, as a reminder, we can't damage Ultron until we've cleared 2 of these 3 missions. We've cleared the missions by rescuing civilians, clearing the threats and defeating the thugs. There's no special cards in play beyond that. We're not using sort of plan B or anything like that, and we've got all our wilds in the deck, so double wild and the single wild, so playing a normal difficulty. Okay, so let's go to town. So we're going to lose 1 action here, so let's make a start by clearing this. So heroes starting their turn in this location must lose 1 action, so I get to put a single heroic feat onto this and draw a card, of course. And Ant-Man will draw a card, and he will also put 3. So 1, 2 to clear that, and we'll rescue a civilian to get that ball rolling. Okay, so we've cleared the first threat, so that goes onto our missions board. At the end of the turn, you may discard a card from your hand to the bottom of your deck to remove a crisis token from anywhere. Currently, we haven't got any crisis tokens. There's no reference to crisis tokens on here, so Ultron may be a villain who doesn't use crisis tokens, but we'll find out as we continue to play. So we've had 2 of our 3 actions, so Wasp is next to go, so she will draw, and she has so this has been cleared now. So I think double wild would be good, because then what we could do is move 1 and then 3 to clear this. Overflow could be an issue here, but we're going to err on the side of getting rid of these things. And fortunately, we've also then, in addition to clearing another threat, we've unveiled you may discard a thug from this location. I'm going to, just because of the risk of overflow. Obviously discard means you haven't defeated it, so it doesn't go to the mission board, it is discarded. So that is what I've done there. Okay, so 3 hero actions. Ultron to play. He will move 5, which will put him here as he moves around the board over to Avengers Mansion, where he's got his clone, and then he will put out a single thug here, and he'll put out a thug and a civilian here, which thankfully there is room for, but that the Avengers Tower is now full, and he'll put out a thug and a civilian in Shield headquarters. He can't put them both out there, so one of them will overflow. Okay, so we've survived another round, and we need to make some progress on these thugs, and there's certainly plenty of them out there. Okay, so we've got apologies, it's Ant-Man's turn, so he will draw. So he's got shrink, he's got grow. Grow would be quite nice. He could come over here, deal some extra damage, and we've got 2 wilds, so we can actually get rid of one of these. Oh, in fact, he bammed, didn't he? He bammed, which means there should have been an extra thug here, apologies, and an extra thug over there. Ouch. Okay, I'd missed the bam on the clones, so apologies for that. So that's now in play. So this is to a single location, so I think this is a good thing to do to get rid of these. So move, and 3 damage on there, plus another one with the wild. And we'll do another damage on that wild. I'm putting these in the wrong slot, I think. Oh, no, they were in the right slot. That one is defeated, and so it comes over here. He is gone. Oops. You may draw cards so you have 3 in your hand. I did consider moving, but I think I will stay there instead. I will stay there instead and I'll draw back up. Okay, so this is cleared. So we're very close to clearing a mission that will expedite Ultron's actions, which we don't want to do at this stage, so got to be cautious as we continue. So Wasp will now draw. So a move and attack. Move and attack. Attack. Got to move already. Not the most helpful of cards. What to do? She doesn't even have a rescue or anything. Okay, so let's do a move and attack. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. That's a thug. Cleared. And I could move again. I'll move back to here. I may discard a thug from that location, which I'll do just to try and maintain and control the overflow there. It gives us a little bit of breathing space. And it's Ant-Man to go. So we've got a move and a punch, and a heroic feat, and a punch. That's not bad, actually. That's not bad at all. So this will be the last one for this go. So how about we do a punch and a rescue. So that's a punch and a rescue, and then we can do a move and a further punch. There we go. Because it doesn't need the healing of the Avengers Mansion anymore, so that's cleared, and we're back to Ultron. So Ultron will move 1 over here. Oh, he's putting out 5. Oh, now, thankfully, I've just about maybe cleared enough room. Oh my gosh. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow, gosh. I can remember the first time I played Ultron, I got 2 cards in and he killed us. So yeah, you can see now how that can very quickly happen. Okay. So that was Ultron's turn. Ant-Man was the last one to go, so we're back to Wasp. So she will draw. Got another move and attack. Helpful, and we've got a heroic and attack down, so that's good. So let's do a move and attack. We'll clear that. And then she can do another attack. And in fact, let's clear the heroic from there before we move. So remember again, you can do these in any order as you please. Why have I not put my card down? That was a silly thing to do. Okay, there we go. So move and attack, heroic and attack. Okay, so that's Wasp done. Back to Ant-Man. Double wild. Very good, very good. Oh, I really want to clear that, but I don't, because I don't want to clear that too soon. I've got lots of people I can rescue. So tempting. Okay, let's do a heroic and a heroic there. Then we'll move and attack. Okay. At least then we've cleared ourselves some space. So back to Wasp. And she's got a single wild. The double wild already out there. Or a move and attack. I think a move and attack would be better for where we're currently situated. So, because she can do what are we best to do? I think let's clear. Let's do one rescue, do a move, and attack, and another rescue. Okay, so we're close now to completing everything we need to be able to start attacking Ultron. We are his 4th attack in, added his 2, and a bam. Okay, so bam, he's got to put out 3 thugs. We cleared out enough room. And there will be 1 thug in the additional clone location, which we also cleared. Wow, so I think we did a tremendous job at giving ourselves some breathing space. We've not been particularly at risk of getting knocked out at this stage, so I think we're doing really, really well. Okay, so Wasp was the last one to go back to Ant-Man. So he's got to move and a punch. We need 1 more punch to clear this. And then I'm thinking ideally we want to lay into this and get this off the board, because it's just putting out additional thugs that we could do without. I think these are lesser. I needed to put another thug out because he triggered that by moving into that location. Apologies. When he moves to here and lands here, this triggers this, add a thug to this location in addition to the 3. So that's what happened there. Okay. What to do? So I've got move and attack, and we only need 1 attack to complete the last thug. So I think ideally let's do this one as a single wild, so we can do the attack to clear this. These will move across, so he will now start acting every 2 card plays for the heroes. So that was an attack. He can then use his wild to do a rescue, and he will do a move with the notion of clearing this down to score us the final threat clearance. But let's see, what does the Wasp have? A heroic. So she could use the wild to move and place the last heroic, making Ultron vulnerable. Yeah, they're not great, to be honest. So I'm thinking actually I'm going to play the wild, because I want to be able to move and rescue to clear this, which makes Ultron vulnerable. But I'm thinking I want them to be able to attack the Ultron clone to get us this last clear threat. If that's what we want. Yeah, we don't have to do that. So let's see how we go. So Ultron is going to move 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And he's going to bam. So he can't put any, we can clear these now, any bad guys out there. So he will put 1, 2, 3 thugs for his bam, and deal damage to heroes there, which is none. And this Ultron clone also puts a thug out as well. Okay, not too bad, not too bad. So that's his action in the timeline. Wasp went last, so we're back to Ant-Man. Constantly, you can swap this card with any card in the storyline. That card becomes a card you've played this turn, and I believe we have his double wild. So let's get that into play. Or should I say, back into play. Good old quantum manipulation there. So we've got 3 wilds. Now we'll do 3 points of damage giving us an extra card. Where is he? I think he's all the way over here, and he might get closer to us, so let's do that. So 3 points of damage to the Ultron clone. And wings, you may move yourself and any number of heroes from your location to another location. Oh, do I do that? Oh, do I do that? Man, you've only got 1 left, so we could do that still. And get a hit in. So I think that's a good thing to do. So let's do, so I'm going to use this to do the final punch on the Ultron clone, which clears that threat. So we each draw an extra card immediately. Nice. Okay, you may search your deck for 1 card and set it aside, shuffle the rest, place the other cards on top. So we could do that, but I'm not convinced there's anything massively helpful. I mean, we're down now, so we've got 2 cards each. And again, I've reflected on this with other gameplays, you know, definitely playing two-handed, you do definitely find yourself having to try and optimize as best you can your actions to try and get through what's required. So she's then going to move and do her special ability, which means she can move her and any heroes in her location anywhere she likes on the board. And then she's got 1 free action left, which she'll use to attack Ultron. Now, if he runs away, we're going to have to try and chase him down, which is always a bit of a pain, although we've got 1 movement in the pot. Let's see what happens. He doesn't move away. Excellent. But he does do an encephalo ray. Deal 1 damage to each hero for each crisis token. There you go. So they did come into play in this game. Then 1 hero of your choice takes 1 crisis token. Excellent. So Ant-Man will take a crisis token. We haven't seen crisis tokens beyond that, so we got away scot-free. So it is back to us. We have a move and attack on the board. Sorry, a move from Wasp. I think we'll just do the Ant-Man shrink. Cannot take any damage until the beginning of your next turn, so that protects him just in case. There is a token for that, but not in here. So I'm just going to use that token for the time being. So he's protected until next round. And he'll do a attack on Ultron. The Wasp will draw. You can move to any location and attack there, and then you can attack. So that, combined with the wild, means you can move to any location and attack. And then she can attack. And that is Ultron down. There we go. Wow, and we got down to the last card for Wasp. Had I not managed to clear Ultron, what was he going to do next? Again, he was going to stay there. This time he's going to do Mesmerize. So give 1 crisis token to each hero in his location, and then place a thug in each location without heroes. Wow, so that would have been 1, 2 to there, 1. Might have just survived that. Let's just check. So there's 1 there which would have gone here, there's 1 there that would have gone here, the 1 from there would have gone there, the 1 from there would have gone there, and then 1 there. No, we'd have, at that point we'd have lost the game, because all locations would have been full. When all locations are fully occupied by civilians or thugs, the heroes lose. So there you go, folks. That turning of that last card literally made all the difference. So there it is, Ant-Man and the Wasp versus Ultron, which means we have unlocked some more of our campaign, and I'll see you in the next adventure.